sun. Oh, a little Zit Fizz. I just want to share something with you guys. This is like my very first yoga book my daughter bought me 16 years ago, and has all kinds of routines you can do. It shows you the benefit of all the poses. Just an amazing book. You can see when I was first learning yoga, how to instruct it, I put a lot of stickers on it. Anyway, it's called Total Yoga. Amazing book. Anyways, we're going to work on shoulders this morning. Let's find our breath. And we're not just working on shoulders, we're working on the whole body, but we're going to start out with shoulder work. And once you've settled into your breath, let's start with the breath of fire. It's an active exhale, passive inhale. So if you fog a mirror, act like you're gonna fog a mirror, or pant like a dog. Then close your lips and keep doing the same thing. It'll come out your nose. This works all the vital organs in the body: the pancreas, the liver, the spleen, the heart, the liver, the diaphragm, pituitary, the pineal gland, the cervix, all in one pump. It's very important. If it feels like you just don't want to do it, stop. Take a few breaths, and your body will come back to normal. Just like when we go into Shavasana. But then it's very important to start pumping the belly again until you feel like it's just too much for you. Stop. And find your breath. This is how you build this practice. It doesn't happen overnight. And ideally the tongue is at the palate or to the back of the teeth. The eyes are up into the brow. Kapalabhati in English means skull to shine. And as I'm doing this practice, I'm taking my attention to my brain. And I can start to feel my head livening up with prana. It said if this is done for 10 minutes a day, disease cannot live in the body. If there is a disease in the body, you can do this several times a day for longer durations to get rid of a disease. Keeping this part of our body strong is so important to our life. I'm going to count 30 more exhales, and we're going to grab all locks and pause the air out of the body. So let's go. Last one. No air in the body, no breathing. Until you feel like you're going to die, then you gently inhale and raise your head up and find meditation. And take your attention to your ears, your scalp, forehead. I can feel the glow even though we only did it a couple minutes. Wow. Let's gently open our eyes. We'll do one more pranayama today. It's called Ujjayi. It's a contraction of the larynx. You want to move the head up and down. We block the right nostril, exhale out the left, and we continue. So it's an inhale. You start down in the chin lock. Block the right nostril, raise the head, exhale out the left. Because you're causing friction and heat in this part of the body. So when we exhale out the feminine side, the moon side, it starts to cool the body down from the friction and heat we just generated. So let's do that 3-4 more times. Yes, and the eyes are ideally closed and you're looking into the brow. 3 more. Wow, amazing. Okay, let's start to work on our shoulders today. Let's take our right hand and bring it across the upper sternum. Make a half of a prayer above your heart. This is called thread the needle. You can do it standing, sitting, and I guess you could do it lying on your back. And we will do the other thread the needle in a moment. And let's go to the other side. We gently open that up. Other side. So this practice is for you, Linda. I have bad shoulders too. And as long as I move into the pain gently, not where I make a face that'd scare my mama, but just gently where I might make a little bit of a sour face. We're going into the pain. Let's slowly unwind. Cow face. Let's take our right foot all the way around and stack your right knee on top of the left knee. To make this doable for me, what I do is I bring my sit bones off the earth. I try to marry the knees together. And then I grab my horns and sit back in cow face. Half cow face right now. We're going to add the whole thing. So we have the left leg, right leg on top. That means we lift the left hand to the sky. Lift it up, lift it high, drop it onto maybe the back of the head, the neck. Maybe you can make it to the heart. If you can bind, please go ahead and bind right now. And I know you can, Linda. If you want to deepen the pose, I always grab my elbow because I'm tight in this pose. And ideally here, we're supposed to look up. And when you look up, notice my shoulder, elbow is moving back. Now we're going to do a little crunch here. We're just going to fold forward, exhaling. And when you are ready, gently rise back up, release. Whoa. Now you can switch legs by bringing the left leg on top, but if you want to do this and spin into it, just be mindful this leg needs to be on the bottom as we spin around. So I put my hand on this knee because it needs to go down. And I rise up and I pivot on the toes and bring this knee down. And I'm right in cow face on the other side. So now we have the left leg on top. Oh, that feels amazing. When you are ready, raise the right hand to the sky, reach it up, reach it high, drop it on the back of the heart. If you can bind, please feel free to bind. Your body, your yoga. I can't do that, so this is my body, my yoga. Now watch when I look up, watch my arm go back. Keep breathing. Let's crunch. Let's gently rise back up and release. Oh, wow. Amazing. Let's come back to easy pose. Okay, let's lift the shoulders to the ears. Hold the breath. Crack the walnut between the shoulder blades. Exhale them down the back. Inhale up and hold. Squeeze, drag it down the back. Inhale up and hold. Squeeze, drag it down one more time. Inhale up, hold, squeeze, and drag down. And do about 3 rows forward. Okay, let's see. Let's raise our hands to the sky. Drop your, mirror me please, that would be drop your left hand down, inhale and find space, exhale, side stretch. You can look up, you can look down, you can move the wrist around. Every time we inhale, we lengthen. Every time we exhale, we stay there or go a little deeper. Now let's move the hand only, just the hand, reaching for a carrot 6 inches off the earth. To feel the stretch in the neck, it's the reach. Or you can put the hand on the waistline or come it up to the back of the heart. Raggedy on your head, let it go. And gently move your head up and down. Maybe yes and no in all the up and down positions. You can certainly go round and round, facial yoga. And when you are ready, bring rooted hand. Come back to center. And we will get the other side. Stick them up. Drop your right hand down. Inhale and find space. Exhale, side stretch. Again, you can look up, you can look down, you can move the wrist around. Every time we inhale, we lengthen, go a little deeper or not. Now let's move the hand only, just the hand. Carrot, waistline, back of the heart. Let your head go. Like Raggedy Ann, don't you know? Move Raggedy Ann's head gently up and down. Yes and no in all the up and down positions. You can do facial yoga if you want to. Let's bring rooted hand, come back to center. A little bobble head. Or this is swim head. This would be bobble head. Egyptian neck. Don't forget to go the other way. Come back to center, gooseneck, which is part of Qigong. Wow, amazing. Let's come back to center, drop the chin lock, Julandhara. Take the ear to one shoulder, take your eyes up into the brow, and draw 2 circles around the room, each way. Bug your eyes out so wide that you want to bite the lemon to counter the pose. Let's go the other way a couple of times. Open them wide. You'll feel a little draft around the eye sockets. I need to bite the lemon to counter the pose. Amazing. Come back to center. Let's raise the hands to the sky. Let's go into a spinal twist. So gently bring your right hand down onto your left knee. Telescope the spine on the inhale, expand the ribs. As you exhale, grab Mula Bandha and go into your twist. Notice your gaze is straight across the horizon. We don't want to look up, we don't want to look down, straight ahead. Let's take a big inhale here and deepen the pose. Move your left shoulder behind you a mite more. Take another big inhale. And move the head only. Exhale the other way. Let's take a big inhale here. Lemon. Let's go to the other side. Yeehaw. Inhale and find space. Exhale. Move your right shoulder behind you a mite more. Notice your gaze is straight across the horizon. In other words, your gaze is very vertical, level. This is not level. This is not level. This is. So from here, we're going to deepen the pose. Let's take a big inhale. Move the right shoulder behind you a mite more. Let's take another big inhale. Move the head only the opposite way. God, that feels amazing. Take a big inhale here. Lemon. Ooh, amazing. Let's come back to center. Go the other way just a little bit so you feel a little centered when you come back to center. Let's do Spider-Man hands. That's good for your shoulders. Reach out with the butt of your hand. Left and right, right and left. You're trying to push a hockey puck off of a table. We're trying to keep the arms as level as we can. In other words, we don't want to be doing this like a seesaw. Let's come back to center. Wax on. Little circles, and we grow the circles. Boy, I can feel the chi. It feels amazing. And when you are ready, come back to center. Crack the walnut. Wax off. I don't remember which way I went. Woo. Come back to center. Spider-Man hands. Pull the thumbs in. Wrap your fingers around your thumbs. Never ever stop reaching. Point the backs of them wrists into the wall. That feels so sweet as we do wrist rolls one way. Don't forget the walnut. And then the other. And when you are ready, open your hands like the tail of a bird feather and flutter them on down to the ground. Let's roll forward to tabletop. Woo. Let's get a nice wide handprint on the mat. No air bubbles under the palms. And by the way, your hands should be not right under the shoulder. They should be just a little bit out away from under the shoulder. Cat-cow, look in your heart. And when you are ready, drop the belly, look up, and smile. Lean forward, lift the heel of the hand off the earth. Let's go all the way back to a child pose. And pull up Mad Cat right here. And repeat, lean forward, bring the heel of the hands off the earth. We come back to tabletop and look up. Repeat, forward, child pose, Mad Cat. Amazing. Let's wag the tail. Throw your tail to one side, look over your bicep at your tail, and see how close you can get your eyes to your tail. And when you are ready to transition to the other side, we lean forward, bring the heel of the head off the earth, throw the tail to the other side. Repeat on your own. Find your own rhythm, your own flow, your body, your yoga. Woo. And that is a book, by the way. I have that book. It's one of the most amazing books that explains what happens when you do yoga, especially about inflammation and the fascia, not just under the skin, but deep within the muscles. When we do yoga, it starts to open all that up. And our body starts to flow like a river. When you are ready, come back to center. Let's do figure eights today. So pretend like you got a Sharpie right in your middle of your sternum, right where your heart is. And we're going to draw figure eights. Modified would be a small 8. If you want more, make the 8 a little bigger. Wow, amazing. Let's go the other way. I think we did 3 times. 1, 2. Come back to center. We are still working on shoulders, so here's another shoulder pose. It's also a back pose. Take your left fingers, point them towards the center of the mat. Raise your right hand to the sky. Take your right hand underneath the armpit of the left, sit it down, drop your right shoulder to the ground. Be mindful your hips want to move to the right. Try to stabilize them in the center. Once you settle into the pose, if you want more, you can bring the right left toes out in front of the nose. God, that feels amazing on my hips, my spine, my right shoulder. So I'm starting to manipulate into that right shoulder. Let's bring it all back to center. Raise right hand to the sky. And sit that hand down. Point those fingers towards the center of the mat. Raise left hand up. Take your left hand underneath the armpit of the right. Sit it down. Drop your left shoulder to the ground. Ooh. Take your time. The sit bones want to move to the right. Try to stabilize them in center. You can stay here. But if you want more, bring the right toes out. You can do it like this, however you like. Amazing. When you all are ready, let's bring it all back to center. Raise left hand to the sky. And sit that hand down. Let's come onto our bellies. Woo. Woo. Aeroplane wings. Reach them out, reach them out. Now we're going to roll over onto one shoulder. So let's start with the right and gently bring your left hand up. Oh my gosh. Woo. Be mindful this hand wants to be down here. We need to walk the fingers so you're really out more like a cross than an airplane wing. Woo. And when you are ready, let's gently go to the other side. You can also do this on a wall, standing up throughout your day. So I'm bringing the right hand, oh my gosh, woo. And you can walk the fingers up higher, you can walk them back and start to feel your rotator cuff. Remember, if it hurts, don't do it. Modify it, skip it, take a break. I know when I first started doing yoga, I couldn't do a whole class. So I just did 10, 20 minutes and watched the rest of the class. And the next day I did it again. It took me a few months, but I was doing the whole class. When you're ready, come back to center. Amazing. Child pose. Toes together, knees apart. Move your sit bones towards your heels. Ooh, yeehaw. You can put your forehead on the earth if you like. Being an extension here really pulls to the obliques and pulls up the spine on each side. Now if you want to feel the spine relax side to side, you bring your hands back here and drop your shoulders. Now you can feel it folding to the right and to the left, the muscles around the spine. And we have, let's see, I'm thinking of shoulder poses. Let's gently rise up. It's called down dolphin, believe it or not. This is a shoulder pose. You want to have the elbows underneath the shoulders. You can lift one foot up and pulsate it if you like. And down dolphin would be the next one. For your shoulders, be engaged in the pose. Don't hang out on your joints. Engage your muscles. So you're putting a cushion around your joints. But if you want to do a forearm stand, it's so up to you. You can stay here and go back and forth from dolphin, down dolphin to dolphin plank. So here's dolphin plank, down dolphin. But if you want to do a forearm stand, walk your feet forward. Put the back of the head in the cup of the hands. Raise one leg up. And float the other one to the sky. And then try to get your head off the earth. Woo! Child pose. Tabletop. Curl the toes under, down dog. Walk the dog. Take your pooch for a run, a walk. Maybe you want to walk on the moon. It's up to you where you go in your yoga pose. You all right? Let's bring the right foot between the hands. Sit back on your left sit bone, on your left heel. Whew. Oh, if you wanted to use a block in this pose, it would go right here. And I need one on this side because most of you know this is an artificial knee. So putting a lot of down pressure on here does not feel that good. So lift, lift, lift out the top of the head. You move your heart towards the knee, your eyes towards the toe. And ideally, some people can do this. I have never been able to do it. But if you really wanted to deepen this pose, you get the eyes closer to the toe, and the chin would actually touch the shin. When you are ready, let's rise back up. Woohoo! Let's just go to the other side. Bring the right foot back, the left foot forward. Again, if you want to use a block, it would go underneath your left hamstring. I don't need one on this side. Telescope expand. Take your heart close to the knee, your eyes close to the toe, your chin close to your shin. We hold the pose, but we do not hold the breath. Let's gently rise back up. Take that foot back, down dog. And from here, we're going to bend the knees, walk, hop, or launch our feet between the hands, and look up halfway. Forward fold. Cross the elbows. Let the head hang like a ripe fruit. With the micro bend in your knees to protect your spine, let's go left and right, right and left. And look at what's happening with your feet. Even though we're not supposed to look at the feet, we're supposed to look between the shin bones at the wall behind us. And when you are ready, come back to center, release the hands, micro bend in the knees, weight in the heels, roll up. And let's fly from your hands to the sky. Forward fold. Look up and smile. Exhale, lock hopper foot back to plank. Maybe drop to the knees, elbows brushing the ribs, all the way to the earth. When you get down there, find your cobra, your up dog, push up or not, down dog. Walk the dog, roof, roof. When you are ready, let's bend the knees, walk, hop, or launch our feet between the hands, and look up, halfway. forward fold. Bend the knees, chair. From chair, let's make a prayer and bring your prayer to your heart. Put all the weight into the left foot, step back with the right for crescent or crescent moon. So here's crescent and here's the moon. Let's bring the hands to the prayer to the heart. Right elbow, left thigh for a twist. If you want to go deeper, you can certainly come up on the back toes here. On the outside or the inside of the toes. Now try to bring your heart up into the prayer. We're going to do this a little different. So from here, we're going to just bring the right foot to meet the left. Ooh, my almost fell over. And let's go to the other side. Bring your prayer to the opposite side. So now your left elbow is on your right thigh. Put all the weight into the right foot. Step back with the left. Crescent prayer twist. Or crescent moon prayer twist. Woo-hoo. Okay, let's step the left foot to meet the right. Bring it in, up and in. I mean, up and down. Woo, come back to center. Roll up. Send the hands back to the sky. A little back bend. Forward fold. Look up and smile. Exhale, walk copper foot back to plank. Drop to the knees if need be, lower down, elbows brushing the ribs. When you get down there, stay down. Floating cobra. Lift your hands 2 inches off the mat for 5 breaths. Inhale up, exhale descend. Just to do it all over again. One more. Up dog. You can look at traffic behind you, you can wink an eye, say yes and no. You can drop the shoulders if you want to. When you're ready, come back to center, curl the toes under, lift the hips to the sky. Roof, roof. Walk your dog. A little yoga moonwalk. Be organic and walk your dog the way you want to cut it. Feels amazing. Woo. Okay, where are we going to go from here? Let's bend the knees, walk, hop, or launch your feet between the hands. Look up halfway. Dip it in, forward fold. Bend the knees, roll up. Swing the hands back to the sky. Forward fold. Look up and smile. Exhale, walk, hop, or float back to plank. Lower down, elbows brushing the ribs. You can certainly drop to the knees if you want to. Release the toes, cobra, up dog. Push up or not. Roof, roof. Okay, let's do warrior one. Bring the right foot, so always bring your left foot forward and center to the mic. Then bring the right foot between the hands. Warrior one. Now let's dilate our warrior one. I look down, I see 3 toes. I only want to see the big toe. So what am I going to do? I'm going to shadow them with my knee. Straighten the back leg. Reach high. Turn to the right a mite. And do it all over again. Straighten the back leg. Bend the front knee. Straighten elbows, box off the ears. And from here, we're going to swing the hands behind the back and release the fingers. Look up. Lion's breath. Inhale. Lemon. Lift the hands on the tailbone. Take your eyes or your lemon to your heart. You want a two-legged balance challenge? Keep your eyes closed. Look in your heart now. Lift the hands off the tailbone. We can all lift our hands a little higher. Let's come back to warrior one. Let's straighten the front leg. Turn that toe in. Turn the other toe out. We'll be warrior one on the other side. Open your heart. Bend the front knee a little more. I look down, I see 3 toes again. Bend the knee, shadow the toes, only see the big toe. Straighten the back leg, turn to the left, reach the arms up higher. When you are ready, swing the hands behind the back, release the fingers. Look up, lion's breath. Inhale. Lemon. Humble warrior. Eyes or lemon to your heart. I like the challenge. Once I get down here, I open my eyes, look in my heart, lift the hands off the tailbone. Let's come back to warrior one. Woo. Warrior two. Straighten the front leg, turn that toe in, open your heart, bring the hands to the waist. Woo. And roll the shoulders back. Get a drink of water. Forward fold. Let's bend the knees. Roll forward, bring the hands down parallel to the feet. If you want to take the toes wider, now's the time. You can certainly use a block in this pose if you like, in any position, by putting the crown on the ground. But there's more than one way to get the crown down there. So as I come down, I'm like, ooh, it doesn't want to quite go, so I have options. Walk the foot out a little bit more. Still doesn't want to go. I bend the knees, bring my head to the earth. Then I try to straighten the legs. Press into the earth with your hands. So you're feeling all the muscles engaged around the shoulders, the deltoids, your lats, your traps. I can even feel my obliques. And you can certainly do a headstand here if you like. Let's look up halfway and smile. Let's take it to the right. We find a pose and we're trying to find the smoothest breath so we can muster up. So we're not trying to fight the breath. We're trying to let it flow while we're in a yoga pose. Let's gently go to the left or the other side. Sometimes I like to bend my knees in this pose. It just feels amazing. Like I always say, your body, your yoga. Take it where you want to go. Take it easy. Take it slow. That's my recommendations. You can certainly go fast though if you want. Let's come back to center, wide-legged down dog, walk your tiger paws, kitty claws out front. Then move your heart back between those standing legs. come forward, get the shoulders over the wrists, preparing for a Cambo pose. Drop the knees to the earth. As you lift your toes up, you can slide your knees out a little wider. Lay down in frog pose, however you like. We're going to be here for 10 breaths. Pelvic floor breaths, 2. At the beginning of the exhale, we grab Kegel and hold it all the way through the exhale. Before you inhale, you release root lock. And before you exhale, you grab it and hold it all the way through the exhale. Release to inhale. And grab to exhale. Pulling toxins out of the body with breath. And let's gently come back to wide-legged down dog. Amazing. Let's put a micro bend in the knees. Gently walk our hands back to meet our feet. Weight in the heels. Roll up a vertebrae at a time. Ooh, amazing. Let's raise the hands to the sky. Kung Fu stretch. Gently go one way, bend the opposite knee. Inhale the center, other side. And when you are ready, let's come back to center. Heel toe the feet to the center. Let's do a balance pose. A shoulder balance pose. Since we are working on shoulders today, it's called ego pose. And I have bad shoulders, and some days this pose does not work for me very well. But I notice if I go gentle into it, in other words, I'm not going into a deep pain zone, it helps my shoulders. It's also good for the knees, the ankles, the thighs, the hamstrings, the IT band. Let's bring the right foot around the left, modification. If you want to go deeper, bind. Ooh, we grow old when we stop playing, don't you know? So as we're binding, right leg over left, take your right hand under the left. And bind. If that foot comes out, it's okay. You can put it back or you can stay in the modified version. Now lift the elbows, and smile. And when you are ready, let's do a crunch. Now this is good, not just for the shoulders, now it starts to pull the spine and lengthen the spine. Feels amazing. From here, we're just going to gently unwind. Shake it out a little bit. Let's do a Tai Chi twist. When you are ready, let's come back to center. Left leg over right, modification. You want to go deeper. Sometimes I need a little help with this side. We have the left leg over the right, so left hand under the right. If the foot comes out, it's okay. You can either put it back or do the modified version. Lift the elbows up and smile. Health is wealth, don't you know? Now let's crunch. Let's gently rise back up, open, like a flower. Ooh. Let's make a prayer and squat. If you want to go deeper, if you don't want to go deeper, just stay here and open your hips. Use your knees to open your shoulders. Give your shoulders a loving tap, a rub. And just say, I love my shoulders. Powerful medicine. The power is within your mind. Let's, if you want to do an arm balance, bring your tiger paws, kitty claws out front. You can certainly use a block here if you like on your forehead. We want to readjust the knees close to the armpits is doable. Lean forward and smile, lift one foot up and then the other, and most people think this is the pose. It is not until you get your gaze looking straight across the horizon with the gaze. Now you're in the pose. Woohoo! We're alive! Amazing. Let's see, let's come to tabletop. Pigeon pose, bring the left knee forward. Woo. Walk the back toes away from the front. Stay high, go low. Extension, however you like. I'm going to roll over into deer pose. If you want to follow me, you can. Otherwise, you can stay here and you can grab the back leg anytime you would like. So I'm going to roll over onto my, this is called mermaid pose. My left hip. I'm going to bring my right thigh to my left plantar muscle. I'm going to lift my torso up and move it ideally to the middle of the back of the left thigh and take rest. You can use a block in this pose if you want to. What this does is it pulls the spine apart and puts a little twist on it at the same time. So if you have something stuck between your disc and vertebrae, it might release it. I know when I have a backache, which is almost every day, this pose helps a lot. If you want to work on your shoulders in this pose, there's options here. You would rise up a little bit. You take your right hand, walk your fingertips underneath the left armpit, pulling, pulling, pulling. Ooh, gosh, I can feel that in my spleen. Amazing. We're trying to roll down on the right shoulder. It's amazing how we put our bodies in these crazy positions and find breath. And it opens up the cells to heal. Because we're moving. Just gently unwind. Come back into some kind of a pigeon pose if you aren't already there. Center the right toe. Scorpion tail, left leg to sky. Stack left hip on top of right. The shoulders lead the wrist and go back towards the standing leg. And I go, oh my gosh, that feels amazing. Press through the left hand. Reach out through the left toes. Amazing. Kick it out. Sit it down. Walk your dog. And we will do the other side. Bring the right foot into pigeon pose. Walk the back toes away from the front. Stay high, go low. If you want to do mermaid pose and work on the spine, drop over onto your right hip. Bring your left thigh to your right plantar muscle. Then lift your heart up, or your torso up. Your heart will lift, I promise. And then come over towards your middle or the back of your right thigh. Again, you can use a block in this pose if you want to. Or not. And if you want to deepen this pose, you would rise up, take your left fingers, walk them underneath the right armpit. When you find when you get to your edge of where your strength and flexibility, roll over onto your left shoulder and go, man, that feels amazing. And let's gently unwind. Come back into pigeon pose. Let's scorpion tail, right leg to sky. Center the left toe, stack right hip on top of left. The shoulders leave the wrist and go back towards the standing leg, and we push vigorously through the right hand because the weight of the tail is going to want to peel it off the earth. Find your breath. Open up your obliques, your waistline, your armpit. When you all are ready, let's kick that out, sit it down, walk your dog. And when you are ready, we're going to come to sitting. Most people do double pigeon, 1 foot forward, the other one on top, sit back, or side saddle it. Take the feet to the side. Get a drink of water. Yes, I'm trying not to make the classes just under an hour, but if you would like longer classes, please make a comment. If you have a certain pose you'd like me to do, ask me, I'll bring it to you. From here, it's called rock and roll. Make sure there's nothing behind you. We'll start out in boat. Modified boat is here. Or here. A little deeper boat could be here. We're trying to make a lotus flower out of the toes, spreading the fingers wide. You can grab the toes here if you like. Let's rock and roll. Bring the hands underneath the hamstring. Bend the knees. Look in your heart so you don't smack down. Inhale back. Exhale on the sit bones. Woo. Yoga toe hold could be available. Never do you know where your body wants to go. Inhale back. Exhale on the sit bones. Woo. If you miss it, just roll back. A little more momentum. You could take the legs wide if you want to. Let's do 3 more of those. 1, 2. Happy baby. Roll back down and stay down. Bring the kneecaps in the armpits. I'm off of the camera. You can stay here. You can take the legs wide. You want to do a runner stretch. You pull. Oh my God, it feels amazing. You pull 1 foot behind you. Woo. Don't forget the other side. Oh my gosh, that feels amazing. But if you want to do a shoulder stand or a plow, now would be the time. I'll do modified. And I'll show you how to do this on blocks. I think I have enough blocks here. And you can do this on blankets, so you can take a bunch of these blankets like this and fold them this way and let your shoulders lay off the blanket. It'll probably take more than one. And this is the way they do it. If you go to yoga school or a place where they do yoga and they have all these nice props. So since I have this out, why don't we just skip this one and see how this one's going to work. It should give me enough, just enough to relieve the pressure off my neck. And be quite honest with you, most people should do shoulder stand and plow with something like this underneath them because it's going to make your head freer. So from here we just come up into shoulder stand. I could lift my head up, it's free. So I have much more space. Plow. I can still lift my head, it's free. Side plow. From here we set up for fish. Every pose has a counter pose. Let's roll the sit bones down onto the thumbs, maybe the wrist. Pull the elbows in the obliques. Come up on the elbows. Drop the crown to the earth. Oh, amazing pose. You can really stretch your face out here by looking in the basement. You want to deepen the pose. You just come out of it a little bit. Or raise the heart, drop the neck deeper in the nape of the neck, and go back down for another time. This is an age-defying pose because we're opening up our heart, our solar plexus, the throat, the brow, the crown. From here, we're going to inhale and lift our torso up. The head will follow. We straighten the head, move the heart back on the earth. Four-person massage. Bring the knees into the heart. If you have a prop, you might want to move it out of the way. We're almost done. And always remember, doing a little bit of something when it comes to body maintenance as opposed to a lot of nothing, your body will change, your world will change. Okay, yoga bicycles, here we go. Tiger paws, kitty claws around the ears, on the scalp. Lift the head, lift the heart, the head will follow. Straighten the right leg, take the right over the left knee. We're going to do 70, let's go. You can go fast, you can go slow, you can stop anytime you want. Let's go. 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34, 36, 38, 40, 42, 44, 46, 48, 50, 52, 54, 56, 58. 10 more, you can do it. Let's go. 2, 4, 6, 8. Four-person massage. Whew. Oh. To truly live, you need to try to kill the body every day. Whew. That was a little bit of trying to kill my body. Amazing. We saved the hardest pose for last. It's called Shavasana. So let's take our heels to the corner of the mat. Oh, if you don't feel plush on your backside, rock left and right, right and left. Then come back to center, heels to the corner of the mat, elbows to the side. Open your palms to the heavens. All right, my head feels a little out of line, so I'm going to check it by lifting it up. Drop it into the chin lock. Hold the chin lock, put the head back down, and then release the muscles on the bone. And find your breath. This is the most important pose in yoga. We're trying to bring our body back to normal. So soften the cheek, the tongue, the jaw. Let your eyes rest heavy in the sockets. And don't even try to breathe. Try to watch the breath as it happens. And always don't inhale and keep inhaling like a big inhale and exhaling like a big exhale. Just watch the breath. It comes to the top and it smoothly goes to the bottom, back to the top, and the bottom, with no jagged edges on the breath. beautiful breath, beautiful life. Know that your breath is your life and that your life is your breath. They are not separate. Let's slowly start to bring ourselves back into the awesome space that we have created. Start to wiggle the fingers, wiggle the toes, wiggle your nose, your lips, your jaw. Wow. Bring your heels together, make a palm tree over the crown of the head. Elongate the body, more. Try to bring the pinkies to the earth if doable. Woo, amazing. Age-defying pose here. This pose slows down the aging process and activates the immune system. Let's all take a big inhale. Root lock, sire hum. Let's bring our plantar muscles to the edge of the mat. Lift your hips, move them to your favorite side, roll over. And put one hand under one shoulder, one hand under the other shoulder, and come to sitting. Here we are. Thanks again for allowing me to come into your home, to share body maintenance with you all. What a gift. Always remember doing a little bit of something as opposed to a lot of nothing will change your life. It's about moving the muscle on the bone, keeping inflammation out of our body. Let's raise our hand to the sky and give thanks for our practice. Let's make a prayer and bring the thumbs to the crown, touch down. Your sixth sense, communications, kindness, love, compassion, lean forward. Namaste. Now gently rise back up and open my heart to you all on this Friday. This is class number 7. Thank you all so much. Be safe. Stay home.